Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and welcome to a special edition of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I'm here today to talk to you about Sheena, Season 2, episode Collateral Damage. So this episode stars that of Korean actress Karen Kim. Now, sadly, and I hate having to do this because every time I keep reading that, she's passed away, it just makes me so sad because she was such a lovely woman and such a good actress. But sadly, the actress has passed away to that of cancer. She passed away around the 2010s, either 2013 or 2016, I believe. And so, she's been a part of a lot of shows guest starring. She guest starred in a lot of syndicated shows that I watch: VIP, Nightman, High Tide, this show. But one of her biggest shows that she appeared in was Frasier. Or was it Seinfeld? I can't remember which one it was. But I didn't watch neither one of those two shows. But I used to watch a lot of syndicated stuff growing up. And, it's really sad she's gone. And it's really sad she can't, be a part of any more, movies or television shows. Because she was a really good actress. And this was always my favorite role that I remembered her in. Because in the Nightman episode, VIP, and High Tide, it's been so long, I don't really remember her in those episodes, but I always remember her in this episode. Because I remember when I first saw her, I mistaken her for Malaysian actress Michelle Yeoh when Michelle Yeoh was in the James Bond movie. Because I remember they have a very similar quality to them and stuff. And, and it's quite a shame because she could act, she looked lovely. She could get down and fight and stuff like that when it comes from a martial arts role, and it's just so sad that she's gone. And this is why I created my channel. I never wanted to be a huge YouTube person, you know what I'm saying? I never went in it for the YouTube money and stuff like that. I went in it to talk about the shows and the stars that I like and appreciate in certain episodes that I like and stuff, and also to stand up for diversity. And because it's a lot of other channels, sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't, and a lot of channels never talk about the shows or the stars that I like and stuff. And so that's why I created this channel. And, it's really sad that most people have probably never heard of this woman. And, they really should check out, her work, and, when she appeared in, those other shows, VIP, she never played a recurring character. She was in 2 episodes, but she played 2 completely different characters and stuff. And, in High Tide, it's been forever since I've seen that. It's been forever, and it's really hard to find. You can only find the first season on Crackle, and sometimes you can find sporadic episodes on YouTube, but it's very scarce and stuff. But anyways, in this episode, I remember back in the day when it came out, I recorded it because I really wanted to record a Sheena episode. And I came in luck of this episode that was very action-packed. And so it starts off with Sheena in the back of the truck of this one recurring character guy. And I don't remember his name. Like I said before, I've only watched 3 episodes of Sheena. And I have to I really want to rewatch. But anyway, so she's in the back of the truck talking to this one man. And so all of a sudden, somebody shoots at his briefcase, but they didn't shoot at him to kill him. Instead, they shot at a building at another briefcase with a man inside, 2 people inside, and it blew up. And so the person is dressed all in black, disguised, and they take off in the truck. Sheena, being the queen of the jungle, which is so weird because she's white and, and she's in Africa. It's I've talked about this before on my channel. it's just always weird because Sheena was created back in like the olden days, and so they thought, hey, wouldn't it be interesting to have a white woman be the queen of Africa and fight for injustice and stuff? And I get what they was going for because it was different, but it's outdated now. And so anyway, Sheena is not gonna let this go. She chases after this like, assailant and everything. And she literally hops on top of the truck. And so like it's a long chase scene because Sheena keeps getting thrown off the truck, but she ain't gonna give up. She, takes a different route. She climbs a couple of trees, she does this, she does that, and she keeps going back and forth on that truck, even though she keeps getting knocked off over and over. And so in her third attempt, she finally is able to subdue the person when they crash. But then it's a pretty big fight because this woman is not going to go down without a fight. And they're in like a pond or river or something. And it's like a slugfest. They're going back and forth, just like hitting each other and slamming each other into the water. But Sheena is finally able to get the upper hand. And when she takes the hat off the person, it is revealed to be a woman named Cassandra. Cassandra is played by that of Karen Kemp. And Cassandra is a person who works for the CIA. She's an assassin. And so the question is, why was she hired to assassinate these people? And so she keeps trying to tell Sheena that, I never meant to harm your friend. I shot at him to like warn him to get away, but her friend got caught in the blast. He gets taken to the hospital and he's fine, but he has to stay awake for 24 hours, where the comedic character, who I cannot stand, talks his head off. That's one of the reasons why I gave up on this show years ago, is that comedic character. It's just, I don't like comedy in shows like this, And so like, Cutter, he is, investigating the explosion. And there are these two CIA agents that want to like hire him for something. Now Cutter has been out and away from the field for many decades, and he's hidden himself in Africa. So they hire him to find Cassandra. They say she's off the books and she's gone rogue and stuff like that. Well, when she's with Sheena, Sheena is furious and everything, and Sheena will not give this woman like a breath. She ties her up. She threatens to like, slit her throat and everything because, Cassandra had a gun and Sheena just has a knife and all this other stuff. And so like, while they're trying to rest and everything, they have to get like a drink of water. And this is when Cassandra tries to like get away, but to no avail. And they kind of bond like a little bit and realize they know the same person, Cutter. And so like, Cassandra's all like, just take me to Cutter and he can prove that I work for the CIA and I'm legit and I'm a nice person and this and that. Sheena is still furious and wants revenge. Well, when Cutter and those guys, they are looking for Sheena because, Sheena will find Cassandra, something crazy happens. The men start shooting at Cassandra, but then Cassandra revealed that, the only reason why those men are shooting at me is because you have me, Sheena. But that's not the case. Those men are the ones that are rogue CIA agents and working off the books. And they hired Cassandra to do an assassination, which she thought was legit, but she had no idea she was murdering innocent people. So Cutter gets away from them and he meets up with Sheena and that of Cassandra. And so Cassandra is very surprised to see him, but he doesn't remember her at first. And so, but then he does remember her. And, she asks, like, are you with anybody? This and that, because she used to have a huge crush on him, which makes Sheena very jealous because her and Cutter have been kind of, growing this romance for the past 2 seasons, but it's never been official. And so, like, so this just causes Sheena to, like, dislike her even more. And so those off the agent books, rogue agents, they contact some mercenary type men. And so it's about 11 men coming in to take out Cutter, Sheena, and now Cassandra. So Sheena does her animal thing as a monkey and overhears that and knows that they're gonna ambush them from the sides because they're in an abandoned building right now. So they only have two guns, the handgun and a rifle they found, and against like 13 men. And so like at some point in time before they got to the abandoned building and when they was in the cave, Cassandra and Cutter, they made out because she still had feelings for him, but other than that, it really just didn't go no further. Sorry about that, it was the phone. And so like I really love the action in this episode, and like the fight between Sheena and Cassandra in the water was just great. The shootout was just like amazing and everything, trying to get away from the bad guys, and of course they subdue the bad guys and whoop their behinds. However, after that, it was during the shootout that Cassandra just fled, and so when Cutter and Sheena realized that, Sheena is curious to know why she ran, and Cutter tells her, maybe she just wanted, like, to get away from all this in a better life because she realized she did something terrible and she was lied to. And maybe she's trying to make, like, a new start for herself, by, like, leaving the life behind like he did because he was a really dangerous CIA agent and stuff. And so I wish they would have like explained that better as to where she went and all this other stuff, but sadly they didn't. And the episode like ends after that. And we never see this character no more. And you gotta feel for her because she thought she was just doing her job and she had no idea she was being lied to. I wish that the story was stronger into why those men hired her as a contract killer and who she killed, because that's never really truly explained. It's kind of just left in the air. But this is a syndicated show, so I guess they didn't want to go that in depth. But all in all, like I said before, it was like a really good episode, and it was nice for them to have diversity of somebody different, white and black in this show, because Asian representation is very lacking in television, just like in every non-Asian like country and stuff, whether it's America, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, England, France. And I've named all those countries because Asian people live in all those countries and you rarely see them on television. Happy Asian and Pacific Islander month, everybody. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.